wasn't paying attention. Get it together, Alua. I admonish myself in a familiar way. In the past year, I've decided that I don't know how to do anything right. I don't know how to be a happy legal aid lawyer anymore. I can't figure out how to feel joy. I don't know how to do life right. I don't even know how to cross a packed street at 8 a.m. Until that moment, I had never given my death much thought. Yet instantly, I am clear that I don't want to die on the street in Trinidad, Cuba, half drunk, last night's makeup still on my face. My parents would kill me. Being the good Ghanaian daughter I am, I think of the shame I would bring to my family's name by being splattered on the packed street because of my own negligence. I also think about the thong I am wearing underneath my denim shorts. Thongs embarrass my mother. Like most moms, she spoke at length while I was growing up about what kind of underwear I should be found wearing if I were in an accident. This is not the kind she approves of. The streets pulsate with the business of daily life. Mothers taking young children to school, bike taxis herding people to work. The air is filled with honking cabs and a few horses clickety-clacking as they carry wheat and other goods along the cobblestone streets. I had thought I was outmaneuvering them all by running down the middle of the street, away from the pastel-colored houses. It was a poor choice. With all the chaos, it is no surprise that I didn't see the taxi approaching. Gathering myself after the near miss, I jumped to the sidewalk next to those who have stopped to take in the scene I caused. I slowed down and moved more purposefully, but still too fast. I'm late. Yesenia, a woman I'd met only yesterday, is waiting for me. We'd spent the previous night dancing in a limestone cave like our neat cartilage would last forever, our bodies slick with humidity. When we met, she was standing in the doorway of her house, squinting and waving as I ran past. I was at the end of an 8-mile jog, heading back to my rented guest house. "Amiga, amiga," she yelled. When I turned to face her, she began waving more furiously. "Ven aquí." I slowed and she joined me in the street, a woman in her mid-30s with heavily cold eyes. She had seen me earlier and asked why I was running through her town. In fragmented Spanish, I explained that I was visiting Cuba. As a woman who traveled alone a lot, I was familiar with the next question. Where is your husband? No hay esposo, I replied. No, nor a boyfriend either. Yes, I had chosen to come alone. And no, there was nothing wrong with me, aside from my poor decision-making, my aimlessness, and the depression coating my brain like a cloudy lacquer finish. How could I translate my need for freedom, my questionable taste in man-child musicians, my commitment phobia? How would I find the Spanish words to describe a short-lived 6-month marriage that had ended 4 years earlier, when I could barely understand what happened in English? How could I explain my abject wanderlust, my desire to escape my skin and a life that strangled me? With no clear answer for what I was doing in Cuba, I shrugged. Yesenia cocked her head to the side, weighing whether or not to fix my man-free problem. Then she offered to hook me up. We'd go to a well-known hotspot later that night, she offered, in the beautiful historic town of Trinidad. I was curious but not optimistic. After 3 weeks in Cuba, I'd flirted with my share of Cuban men and noticed how effortlessly they managed to juggle women. Plus, for one of the first times in my life, I was trying not to disappear into a man. That evening, at the appointed hour, I climbed the 2 crumbling concrete steps into Yesenia's apartment. The wooden door was open, and the entrance to her home was covered in a cloth curtain. I could hear the radio blasting the popular Cubaton music I'd grown accustomed to on the island. Yesenia sat me down at her small table with its disintegrating